Okay, guys, I wanted to do a little chat update, kind of get a bit of feedback video, because I've had a bit of a kind of shuffle around for what I've been planning on playing in the next couple of weeks. So playthroughs, I just want to get your opinion on them. Whether you like any of these games. I'm always open to recommendations as well, but I've got a bit of a list here. So my original plan was obviously to be playing Cyberpunk 2077 with the rest of the world, uh, but I've had there's like a few reasons. First main reason is I ordered a new graphics card for my computer. I ordered one of the new 30 series cards a while ago, and I'm on the pre-order waiting list, but I'm like 13th on the list. I'm so close, but the card hasn't come yet. So I wanted to play Cyberpunk with all the bells and whistles, with the ray tracing on, because I really think it's going to make a difference to how the game looks. So that's main reason why I'm probably not going to play a release, because my system can run it fine. I just wanted it to be able to run, you know, really just perfectly for the visuals. So, but another reason, I feel like the game will be better after a few months of patches, of new quests that they add, like if they do like they did in The Witcher 3, of all the extra content they might put in for free. Because when The Witcher 3 came out, I played it multiple times over the course of like a year. I saw how the game improved, and I feel like people who came to The Witcher 3 6 months, 12 months post release, maybe even like 3 months post release, got a much better game. They fixed a lot of the bugs, a lot of the UI clunkiness that CD Projekt Red have had in all their games. Um, so I think it might be a bit better to come to it a bit later. But at the same time, I am very excited for Cyberpunk. I've been excited about this game for years, and if you didn't know, I'm a big fan of The Witcher 3, of The Witcher 2 as well. Witcher 2 is amazing. That was kind of my first entry into the series. Played The Witcher 2, The Witcher 1, read some of the books, played The Witcher 3. Read all the books. Not all of them had been translated when The Witcher 3 came out, but um, yeah, and read all the books, and that was kind of my love affair with CD Projekt Red. And I'm very excited for Cyberpunk, but I really want to prioritize my first experience with the game. I want it to be like the best first experience possible if I'm going to record it and share it. I want it to look as good as possible. I want the game to be, as good as it can be. So, let me know what you think. Should I just play it at release, or should I wait for my graphics card, wait for it to be patched a bit, maybe let the hype die down a bit? Because I've really indulged with the pre-release material for this, watching all the trailers, all the Night City wires, and all that stuff. Maybe I'll just go dark for a bit, not look at anything on social media with it, and just let it maybe die down, and then come to it after I'm reading Cyberpunk Red at the minute, so when I finish reading that as well. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. Should I just play it, or should I wait for a bit? But in light of that, I've got a bunch of playthroughs that I'm looking to do that are kind of in the sci-fi cyberpunk genre. A couple that aren't, but that touch on it for some of these games. That are shorter playthroughs, which I've been enjoying a bit more lately, doing these shorter games. Doing some indie games. So first one that I've picked up, I picked up a bunch in the Steam sale that were really cheap. So I picked up Cloudpunk, which is a cyberpunk style kind of walking driving simulator thing, story focused, that's set in a cyberpunk style city. Cyberpunk the genre, not based on cyberpunk the actual RPG. It's confusing that they call it cyberpunk when that's the name of the genre, but yeah, which looks really interesting. That's about 5-10 hours. I'm also looking to play Rime. That is not a sci-fi game, but it's like in the style of Journey and those kind of beautiful exploration games. Got recommended to me a long time ago. Just not got round to it, but picked it up now. So I'm probably going to be playing Rime as well. That's roughly around the same time, between 5 to 15 hours. Also, I'm probably going to be playing Disco Elysium. That got recommended a while back. Kind of a dystopian style city. You play as like a detective with memory loss. Really deep top-down RPG. A lot of dialogue, a lot of choices, a lot of choice and consequence. Really interesting. I think that's about 20-30 hours long. I was originally thought that it was like a massive 80 to 100 hour game, so I was a bit apprehensive about playing something that long on the channel. But it turns out it's a lot shorter than that. So, or it can be a bit shorter than that. I'll play it for as long as it's around for. But yeah, let me know if you've played Disco. I'm really looking forward to that as well. Another one that's a bit of an older game is Remember Me. It came out in like 2013 on the last generation. Made by Don't Nod, who made Life is Strange, and that's a cyberpunk setting. It's very similar to the brain dances from Cyberpunk. If you've seen any of the pre-release or if you're familiar with the cyberpunk lore, it's kind of a similar concept to that, where you can digitally go in or experience people's memories, I believe. It looks like it's got a really interesting story, so I'm probably going to be playing that as well. A bit of a weird one because it's quite old, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I've also got Prey, so that's more sci-fi, less cyberpunk, but looks like it's got real interesting gameplay systems. You can really kind of tackle scenarios however you want. So yeah, Prey, is it 2016 that came out? Yeah, that got recommended a while back as well. So looks like I'm going to get round to that. And I'm probably going to be playing the Deus Ex games as well, real cyberpunk um, style games. Just let me know. Would it be a good idea to play the original Deus Ex that came out in 2000? I think on the PS1. That is on Steam. Or should I just jump straight to Human Revolution? The second game, is it Human Revolution? I can't remember, but then there's Mankind Divided, which is the one that came out a couple of years ago. That's not supposed to be as good, so I don't know if I'll play that, but I'll definitely interested in playing Human Revolution. I did say in the last update about maybe playing Chrono Trigger, um, which I'm still interested in. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's my kind of plan for playthroughs. I'm going to be going back to some shorter games or games that are kind of under the 30-hour mark. We can get that we can kind of that can go up on the channel over the course of maybe 2 weeks, rather than having to spend a long time with a game on the channels. Just so I feel like playing these shorter games, some more indie games at the minute. But if you have any cyberpunk, dark sci-fi recommendations, guys, I'm all ears. So yeah, just let me know, and let me know about Chrono Trigger if anyone's played that. I know that not everyone has, but it's a real classic. And yeah, just let me know any cyberpunk style sci-fi recommendations. I might, it'd be nice to kind of build up to Cyberpunk 2077 if I play it, or maybe I'll just play it release. I can't promise that I won't crack and I'll just have to play it. I can't promise that. The excitement can get the better on me, but yeah, that's the plan. Let me know your thoughts, and Outer Wilds will carry on tomorrow, I hope. So yeah, I'll see you in one of those playthroughs, guys. See you then.